Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it is my 25th birthday today. Well, technically not today because I'm filming this a few days in advance, but when you see this on the 9th of April, I will have turned 25. It's a big birthday. I'm very excited and I'm a little bit nervous also. In honor of today, I thought I would just share 25 random facts about me, little bit of this, little bit of that. So let's get started. My name Magali is French. My second name, Kera, is supposed to be Irish. I also have a religious name that I hardly ever use. And my surname, Vaz, is Portuguese because I am Goan. So my names are kind of like a mishmash of different European cultures, but I am very much 100% Indian. So I've always loved cats, just as my t-shirt says. And I live at home with my parents and our 3 cats, who you've seen in many videos probably. Our cats are all rescues and we try to foster and rescue more cats as and when we can. But these are not my cats. So I mentioned earlier that I am by blood and descent Goan. My grandfathers on both sides left sunny and beachy Goa to seek their fortunes in the city of Mumbai. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. This is like the only home I really know. Even though this is a very crowded city, it's the second most populous city in the entire world, I still can't really imagine living anywhere else, and I love visiting other cities. So I have this really weird and complicated relationship with sleep. Ever since I was a kid, I've been very nocturnal and I never sleep at night, but I also need like 8 to 10 hours every single day. So most of the time I go to sleep somewhere around 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. and then I wake up in the afternoon, which is obviously not a good thing. And it doesn't help that I'm at the airport taking a red-eye flight tonight. So I am at once both kind of organized and really messy. If you look at my surroundings, you'll see that the place is always in a mess and I can never find the clothes or the makeup that I want. And I'm a messy packer as well, like all of my suitcases are open in front of me right now. But if you look at my phone book, everything is perfectly organized, like whether it's a family member, best friend or someone I work with, every contact has a proper name, surname, place of work, email, phone number and picture at some time. So I'm very meticulous that at least some parts of my life are very organized, if that makes sense. As a kid, I used to be really fussy with what I eat and my mom can attest to that. But now that I'm older and wiser, I'll eat almost anything, especially if it's meat. Traveling a lot also has made me more adventurous with food. I don't really like regular green tea, but I love anything that's Japanese matcha flavored, whether it's a food item or a drink like this, it's tops. So Kanye West and I have something in common. We're both technically college dropouts. I'm one exam shy of getting my arts degree, but at the time that I was supposed to be giving my exam, I'd also started blogging and I just didn't really end up giving the exam. Now I know a lot of people put a lot of stock in education, but I just felt better doing something that seemed productive, doing something that I liked rather than just giving an exam for a subject I no longer had any interest in. And I think that worked out well for now, but I should be finishing that up and getting my degree at some point. So my parents both had really interesting professions, or so I like to think. My mom was a nurse and my dad was in the merchant navy. He was a captain, and the best thing about that was that I actually got to know so much about both their professions, and I can actually sort of do basic dressings, give injections to some extent and all that. And I also know about sailing, I know about navigation, tides and those kind of things. I actually spent 1.5 years when I was a little kid sailing with my family on the ship, and I've sailed for a few months later as well. I am not an outdoorsy person. In fact, I am quite a couch potato. I can walk long distances in cities, so I have that going for me. But I can't skate either on roller skates or a skateboard. I can't cycle and I can't swim despite having owned roller skates, a skateboard, a bicycle and like 20 different swimsuits over the years. So that is a big fail on my part. But I can read really fast. I am a speed reader and I finish most novels in a day or 2 days max, and I do retain all of that. And I'm sufficiently techie as well. That's part of the reason why I started my own blog 8.5 years ago now. So these glasses that I'm wearing are definitely not just for fashion, and the reason that I have an eye problem is not like the conventional way. When I was a kid on the ship and I was about 3 years old? 4 years old, okay. I left my dad's hand and fell down a flight of stairs and hit my face. I have a pretty noticeable scar on my right side, and that's kind of what damaged my eye a little bit as well. And I've been wearing glasses ever since I was 8. But I actually enjoy wearing glasses quite a lot, except for when I have to wear sunglasses. Then it becomes a problem. Then I'm like blind to far away things and I can't read signs properly. I've always been like a bit of an autodidact in the sense that I learn things better from actually doing them, and I learn things better and teach myself better than I can learn in a classroom setting. So even my photography, I loathe the idea of taking a photography course, so I never did. But I actually went out and I used to shoot with photographer friends. That is what helped me learn better. Same thing with blogging. I like teaching myself stuff, and I've gained some like ingenious skills that way. I think everybody learns differently. I used to take pride in the fact that I'm really good at shopping, that I can pretty much shop like a sport, and I don't really buy like a lot of stuff. It's not about that, but whether it's online shopping or actually going to the mall, I like taking my time. I like going through everything systematically, and then I like finding something that I like. But in the year 2017, I've sort of made a change and I'm shopping a lot less, and I'm using my money to do a lot more, like travel, and it's working out well so far. So you could say I'm sort of like a recovering shopaholic and an aspiring minimalist. So let's hope that that works out well. I definitely have to thank both of my parents for inculcating a love of travel in me since I was young. For my dad, it's no big deal. His work has taken him to all corners of the globe and he's seen probably more than 100 countries. But my mom, she actually saved up money when she started working, and she traveled with her friends around India. And even while I was growing up, we were not maybe as comfortable as we are now. And my parents put together money, they saved up money over a few months' time so that we could visit different countries. They took me to Malaysia when I was in like kindergarten or something, and then they also took me on a dream trip to Disney World in Florida when I was 8 or 9 years old. I still remember so much of that trip. So that's why I'm also trying to prioritize travel in my life now. I'm actually trying to go see the world, experience new cultures, but I have this bad habit of returning back to places that I really liked again and again. Like take Bangkok for example. I keep coming back here because I love the place and it's just really comfortable. So I need to break out of that and go see new places as well. That's like my biggest conundrum. Okay. So when I was in college, I was like a pretty awkward person and I found it difficult to talk to new people. I still am like a little bit awkward, but I have improved in many ways. And that's why I got really comfortable with the idea of being a blogger, because I felt that I could express myself better in writing than in any other way. And I think just that decision to be consistent with blogging over 8 years ago changed my life in many ways. When I decided to start YouTube, I was very shy. I was very awkward. You can even check out my first video if you think I'm kidding or overstating in any way. I'm not. But I've discovered that sort of facing your fear and practicing and taking on things that scare you head on can pay off in the long run. Like not immediately, but slowly I did get better. Now I think I'm pretty good at this. So I'm quite a proud and vocal feminist, and I like to talk about self-love and body image on my blog and YouTube as well. When I first started blogging, I was really skinny, and now I'm not as skinny. And I think that whole thing has helped me realize that size doesn't matter that much, and it's really important to love your body in whatever shape it might be. And that's why I try to do my tiny little bit by putting up pictures on my blog, swimwear, even though I'm not completely toned, even though my body does not look perfect, because I'm just trying to normalize things like that. Wherever you look in the media, you always find that if someone's in a swimsuit, they have to be perfectly toned, and I've never understood why people are so frightened of a little bit of extra fat. So that's the reason why I do that, and I just want to make something like that seem normal, so that you can go and enjoy yourself in a swimsuit, or you can wear whatever you want, irrespective of your body shape. It really doesn't matter. I am quite an opinionated person, and sometimes I'm a little uptight and fixed with my opinions as well. So I have opinions on just about everything, right from things that matter to some things that don't really matter. Well, I think movies can be better than the books that they were adapted from, because even though books fill in a lot more detail, I think movies are a visual feast, and I enjoy watching movies over reading books nowadays, just because I love to see how so many people come together to create a finished product. I think the best kind of burgers are beef burgers. There's no debate about that. And I think that pineapple on pizza is the best kind of pizza, or maybe we can't be friends. Sometimes I wish I had real artistic talent. I could draw reasonably well when I was younger, but I couldn't paint for anything. The moment I touched my paints, I messed up the paper or the canvas I was painting on, and I can only play Happy Birthday on a keyboard. So I feel like I am pretty talentless like this. The only thing I can do with some success is make photos. But yeah, this 25 facts about me is turning out to be as much about my failings as it is about my successes. So I can have anything, and I mean anything, with seaweed in it. I think it's like the most delicious snack ever. And this is pretty spicy also, but it's yummy. I already mentioned that I really like movies, but what really has my heart is TV shows. I am a huge television geek, and I consume TV shows more than I consume food even. So my favorite genres to watch are crime and comedy, and my top 3 comedies are Seinfeld, Arrested Development, and I've just started watching Community, and I really love it. So I was raised kind of religious. My beliefs have definitely evolved over the years, and I very much identify as an atheist. I prefer science and logic over listening to religious dogma and scriptures, and I'm definitely opposed to religions trying to control people's way of life, eating habits and stuff like that. I do not think you need religion to not be a shitty person. So those were like 25 pretty random facts about me, and I've been filming this video in parts for a few days now in Mumbai and in Bangkok, and today is my birthday. So yeah, I'm just going to sign off right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to go get ready for dinner.